to talk about the sad news about Matthew Perry and what had happened last, I believe it was last week. I don't know the exact date, but
it was Saturday, I believe.
yeah. So like talking about it, like this kind of tips into it. I wanted to give one of our fans a shout out. His name is James Spokes. All right, and I asked him if I could give him a shout out before I could do this. And what it was, dude, it was just Tuesday. I was at work, like Tuesdays, man. It's 5:00 in the morning on a Tuesday. It sucks. And I was sitting there, and right before I went in, I was scrolling through, and you know that those like play-ons, like of Elf on a Shelf, like, oh, you've heard of Elf on a Shelf? Well, here's yeah. Well, it was a meme, and we just got done with the Halloween stuff, so our page is flooded with Halloween stuff, the Halloween movie, and it was you've heard of Elf on a Shelf? And it was Bucky from Halloween 4. Remember that, Bucky? I'm going to call the police. Don't pull that Halloween crap on me.
We talked about him. We talked about him.
So it was...
Hey, guys.
It was Bucky on a duck, on a rubber ducky. So Bucky on a ducky. And, dude, all I said was, I needed this. Because, dude, it was great. It's Tuesday morning. I'm good. Everything's good. I'm good. Life is good. And I was like, man, I needed this. And it was a few hours later... And I went back on the page just to check on what's going on, see how things were going. If my boss is listening, it wasn't on work hours.
No, you told me that it was, though, when we talked earlier. Hey, man, chill.
Yeah,
chill,
yeah. Hey,
chill.
Shh. Keep it down. Keep it down. We're going to snip that part, edit out. But anyway, the author, who's the author of the post, James Spokes, liked the comment. And then I saw I had a message. And I was like, wow, who's messaging me? Usually I'm reaching out to people. Mm-hmm. And it says, hey, buddy, I saw your message on my Bucky on a Ducky post. You doing okay? And I was like, dude, this guy,
he's checking up on you.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I have no relation to this guy. He doesn't like our page. He has not liked our page yet.
Respect.
Yeah. And I was like, and I wrote back, I was like, dude, yeah, everything's fine. Just love the post. But that is big on your character to reach out to a complete stranger just to check on someone. I was like blown away. Whoever does that, whoever, feels the need to do that. Yeah. I mean, we have friends. I mean, we've both gone through rough times. And, we've had friends close to us that don't check in the way they, like this. And I was like, that is pretty cool on his part. So I messaged him. I was like, dude, I'd love to give you a shout out for that. Like, that shows a lot about your character.
Yeah, that's cool as hell.
Yeah, so thank you, sir. That's James. Be like James, So yeah, I thought that was really cool. So I felt that deserved a shout out for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously that ties into what happened to Matt Perry.
Yeah, man. How rough was that?
That sucks. Like big time sucks.
Yeah, celebrity deaths, like they're people, like they're people, but there's celebrities and a lot where it's like, wow, that's crazy. But when it's like I don't want to say I saw this one coming because he was on an upswing of his life. He was getting better.
The last few years, it was definitely getting better,
he didn't show up for one of the Friends reunions, and people were assuming the worst. Like, okay, he's been struggling with alcohol. He's been struggling with pills. And then he finally came out and did that long interview about his memoir, pretty much, on how dark it really was, like how bad it really was. And, what's crazy is it was Friday night. My wife and I can never choose anything to watch. And Friends, she was the one that introduced me to Friends. I was like, you know what? We'll watch Friends. It's something we both enjoy. Why not? And I was watching it, and I'm like, man, after seeing that interview, I told her, I was like, it's kind of bummer to watch this because you know what he's going through. because he talked about when he was thin, and he always fluctuated in weight. When he was thin, he was battling pill addiction. When he was heavier, he was battling alcohol addiction, and he just kept juggling them.
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, it's hard to watch this and laugh because you know what he's going through now. And then the next day he died. And
yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I was like,
absolutely crazy.
Ugh.
Damn.
So, yeah, it was not cool at all. And there was one guy, I'm not even going to mention this guy's name. I guess he was a former SNL writer. And the only thing he said was along the lines, I'm not even going to quote what he said because he's a piece of shit. But he goes, I love when addicts die.
Wow.
Wow is right. Isn't that awful? And did you ever hear how he fell into that trouble? Did you ever hear that interview?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Mind if I just ramble on for a second, Brandon?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
You're good.
Well, it turns out, and I've just come to light on a lot of this stuff. The epidemic that is happening have the opioid epidemic, and he had a toothache, and he was prescribed a painkiller.
Oh God.
And he was addicted just like that. And it's crazy because a lot of stuff that's coming to light, if you notice, you got dopes. Yeah, you ever hear the show Dope Sick? It's with Michael Keaton. It's a Hulu original.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It does sound familiar. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, it's about OxyContin when it got really big, and they didn't know what it was, and come to find out, make a very short story, or make a long story very short. The Sackler family needs to be shot, and people are getting addicted just using it regularly.
Wow.
Like they're saying, oh, you can't get addicted to it. It's not addictive. It's not this. It has this. It has that. And people were just getting addicted just taking it. And so I thought that was a really low shot and a very ignorant shot at someone, to where not all these people started off like, hey, I need pills. There was these people that needed help from pain and fell victim. Now, I'm not saying all, but a lot of them fell victim to a very addictive drug.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought that was absolutely terrible to read that, but
some people are just so inconsiderate, man. It's ridiculous.
It's like the first shot. Like someone just wants to take that shot at someone.
Yeah.
While they're down, and it's like, bro, like, oh my God. I saw it with Kobe Bryant. Like there was a lot of that, and I'm like, man, now is really not the time for that. You know what I mean? There's a place and time, but good Lord. So crazy.
Well, there you go. Rest in peace, Matt Perry.
Rest in peace. Yeah, he had. There was a bunch of people that had come out, and he eventually got clean. But Hank Azaria, if you saw, you know who he is.
Yep.
Yeah, he came out. I'm going to read what he said.
Yeah, go ahead.
But he said, the night I went to my first 12-step meeting, Matthew brought me in. The whole first year I was sober. We went to meetings together. I got to tell him this as a sober person. He was so caring and giving and wise, and he totally helped me get sober. And I really wish he could have found it in himself to stay with the sober life more consistently. So Matthew Perry was out there helping a lot. He actually said he doesn't want to be remembered for friends. The first thing.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to be remembered for helping people going through what he went through. And, yeah, dude, it's just a sad, it's sad and it's tragic. It's just, you don't want to be like, oh yeah, I saw it coming, because he was, for a long time he was rough, but he finally got it in order, and unfortunately that was, I don't know, just wasn't enough, I guess. No, not enough. Who know? We don't even know the exact cause of death yet, but
well, it's drowning.
Was it drowning?
He actually drowned.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
They were called for a cardiac arrest.
Yeah, so from my understanding what happened, and I could be wrong, this is from just what I've read, looks like he had a heart attack in his hot tub,
Man,
and he slipped under the water.
dang.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, if you have heart problems, they tell you to stay out of hot tubs.
yeah, the shitty thing is, from what I read, again, I don't want to be one who's misleading people, but he has an assistant who was there.
Yeah, that
and
found
he's
him.
like, I'm just gonna be in the hot tub. So he told her to go home.
Ah,
So go ahead and go home. So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Dude, he had a lot. Like, I remember I never watched Friends until I met my wife and we.
no, I did growing up.
And it was the first time I ever experienced Matthew Perry was Whole 9 Yards.
Yep. Yeah.
Dude,
Great
that
movie.
he was so funny. I had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this guy is so funny.
Yeah.
And he was good on SNL, that famous SNL skit with the sarcasm class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, that stuff made me laugh, and yeah, it was good. It's so unfortunate. It was such a tough path for him, but
I had to be a little bit jealous of him though when he was in Fools Rush In with Selma Hayek.
yeah,
He was married to her. Oh my God.
yeah, yeah,
Good Lord, help me.
yeah,
That
yeah,
woman is beautiful.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. She's at what 54, 55, hotter
Yeah.
than most women still already.
Yeah. Easy.
It's not fair.
Easy.
I'm sitting here at 37 years old, looking 62, and she's
Yep.
sitting there at 53, looking 30.
Shit, younger than that.
Yeah, yeah, right. So, yeah, but yeah, rest in peace, Matthew Perry, and I'll have a drink to you, sir. No, I wouldn't even
There you
say
go.
that. That'd be awful. That's a terrible thing
you
to say.
can't say that either.
I'll have a pop for you.
Yeah.
Pop for you. So,
Here's to you.